Jack, as always, thanks very much for taking a bit of time out to have a quick chat to us.
My pleasure.
We've done this so often over the years now,
Yeah.
and sometimes it seems as if you just kind of flown in a couple of minutes before we sit down. But this year you've managed to kind of get yourself over a wee bit in advance and have a bit of a more relaxing.
Yeah, I came over a week ahead, primarily because of jet lag. I'm not great with jet lag. It takes me a while.
Is that an age thing?
Yes, probably. But I've never really been that good. Vancouver's an 8-hour time difference. So anyway, it takes me a while to get adjusted, and that's important. And also getting the bagpipe acclimatized to the wonderful Scottish climate, which is a bit untypical right now. But so it's been a good week.
So what have you been doing?
Down at the Piping Centre, primarily up with some friends in Dundee for a couple of nights, and over here today to the hotel.
Fair bit of practicing during the week as well.
I try to go through my tunes as much as I can, you know.
Yeah. How often do you play a day?
Well, okay, the requirements here are 6 marches, 6 trespass, 6 reels, 6 pibrochs. So that's a lot of material. There's no possible way to go through it all every day. No one could do that. You'd be, dead. So anyway, what I try to do is my 6 MSRs every day and 2 or 3 pibrochs.
Right. And
allow a little time for little practice chanter or reading the music and some of these sort of things as well. So it works out to about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a test of stamina as well.
It is. It's good for building up the stamina for sure.
Yeah. A big physical thing tomorrow.
It is. It's a demanding day for sure, and a lot of pressure, physical and mental pressure. So, but I've done this many times. I'm familiar with that pressure and all that, but it doesn't make it go away or anything. It just makes you anticipate it and prepare in advance a bit.
Is there extra pressure when you're the defending champion as you are this year?
No, actually.
No?
I cannot say that I feel any extra pressure, or I cannot say that I've done anything differently really than I have most any other year. I just try to be thorough with my preparation, get myself to a place where I'm playing well and confident with how I'm playing and that type of thing, and then hopefully just do your thing on the day.
Is the pressure greater in the morning for the pibroch than it is in the afternoon, or is it equal?
Yeah, it's probably equal. I mean, both are difficult. The pibroch, the quality of playing is every year fantastic. So everyone's a tremendous player. You want to lay down a really good pibroch on an excellent bagpipe. That's what we all want to do. The MSR is sort of surprisingly high pressure because it's the same march over twice, stressed by twice. I think we all find that to be reasonably high pressure for some reason. It's strictly mental, but both events are challenging for sure. Is
it higher pressure that way than it would be if we were playing 2 different matches?
Absolutely, no question in my mind.
Why is that?
I have no idea why.
No?
It makes no sense.
Because you're not the only one that says that.
No, I don't know. You get to the end of the march and you think no, it's not stress bay. It's back to the same march again. There's a little shock value in that or something, and it just catches your attention.
Do you practice that before the day?
Just
to remember
don't.
You've got to?
I actually don't. I practice a little bit differently. When I do my MSR practicing, I usually just start and play my 6 marches all the way through, for example, without stopping. Yeah.
When you get your tunes tonight for tomorrow,
Yes.
when's the last time you'll play the tunes you're playing tomorrow before you go on the platform?
Well, I played some of them this morning.
Right.
And when I get my tunes tonight, I definitely like to look them over for the pibroch. I like to look the music over and think it through and listen to recordings. I do some of those things, but tomorrow on the day, there's no way to really play the tunes over beforehand. It's sort of exhausting, and you're busy getting the bagpipe where you want it to be and that type of thing. So basically, I'm done and ready to go.
So tomorrow's about the bagpipe preparation rather than tune preparation.
The bagpipe preparation is really important for tomorrow, and you just want to get out there and play well.
Yeah. Does it matter when you play? Does it matter what draw you get tomorrow morning?
I don't think it matters that much. I've had every possible draw you can think of, first and last. The only problem with first, in my opinion, is kind of frantic. From the time they say you're first, okay, you're just in a bit of a rush now. That's the only thing I have against being first on, but you got to be a good sport, and when it's your turn, it's your turn, so it doesn't really matter, really.
And you're glad to be back over here again this year?
I'm always just so happy to be here. It's such an honor and a privilege to be part of this championship. I just love coming.
Does there think there'll be a time where would there ever be a time where you were invited and you said, no, I'm not coming?
I can't say no to that because I've declined 3 invitations.
Okay.
I was having children and going through university, and I forget what the other one was back in the day. So this is the 49th Glenfiddich. As you know, I've been at about half of them, so well into the 20s, and there were the 3 that I declined early, as I mentioned. At this point, I feel anything more is gravy and just a bonus. I would for sure come back if I was to be invited again.
And how's the other part of Jack Lee's life going? How are you getting on with all the tunes that you're accumulating and building up and developing?
I've been busy, so I think I talked to you last year about this, but I'm recording pretty regularly throughout the year. There are 20,000 tunes out there in the bagpipe world somewhere, and I have recorded most of them, the majority. In North American terms, we would say I've rounded third base and heading for home plate. Do you use that expression in this country? It's a baseball term, so that's where I'm at. The COVID shutdowns have been very good for my recordings, actually, because couldn't go anywhere. So I was just playing at home and recording. So I'm still enjoying that. It's still keeping me fit and active.
Good. So last question I'm going to ask you is one that I'm asking everybody in advance of tomorrow. But when you get your pipe case tomorrow morning, is there something, apart from your pipes obviously, is there something that needs to be in there? Is there something that if it's not there, it will cause you any concern?
There are a few things. In addition to the bagpipe, like a water bottle, okay? And I like my moisture protection system. That's very important that you take that along with you. And the music. So those are the three things other than the bagpipe itself that I want to make sure are in the box when I leave here tomorrow morning.
And even on the day of the competition, you'd want to have the music with you and refer to that. Yeah, is that probably? It's
I've done that my whole life.
It's not because you need it. It's just because you're comfortable.
It's just comfortable. I've just been doing that my whole life. I hope I have these tunes memorized. I've certainly played them a lot, but just a topper-upper, as they would say. Just a little reinforcement. I like that in the final tuning room. I like to see my music, even though I have it memorized. I like to see it.
Yeah. So tonight it will be dinner, a quick look over the tunes and an early night?
Yeah, probably, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Jack, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us.
You're welcome.
Have a good day tomorrow.
Thank you.